Imagine you're 18, dead asleep in the passenger seat of a beat-up work truck, and suddenly, boom, an air horn the size of a cathedral explodes right in your face while a 40-ton semi barrels straight at you. That's exactly what happened to my bully boss, Gary, except he wasn't the one driving. I was, and I planned every single second of it. This is the story of the day I made a grown man crap his pants in pure terror, and why every single person who heard it said he deserved it. If you've ever had a boss who made your life hell, who belittled you every single day just because he could, drop a like right now, subscribe, and buckle up, because this is the most satisfying work revenge story you're going to hear all year. Back in the early 2000s, I was 18 with zero clue what I was doing with my life. I landed my first real job in the Canadian oil patch doing well testing, basically hooking giant pipes and tanks to brand new oil wells, so the big companies could see how much money was underground. $20 an hour. No degree. No experience. Minimum wage was like $5.75. To an 18-year-old kid who grew up broke, that felt like winning the lottery. Then I met Gary. Picture a mid-50s, beer-bellied, chain-smoking alcoholic who smelled like stale whiskey and regret. He was my supervisor. And from day one, he decided I was his personal punching bag. I'm 6 feet 1 inch. Not small, but back then I had the world's worst baby face and zero confidence. Gary smelled weakness like a shark smells blood. He'd watch me struggle with a 250-pound pipe, grunt, waddle over, lift it an inch, then go right back to the trailer to watch bootleg DVDs and nap. Every little mistake I made, oh, stupid again, huh? Didn't your daddy teach you anything? I made the mistake of telling him my dad bailed when I was a kid. Next screw up, he grinned and said, "No wonder your old man walked out on you." I still remember the heat rushing to my face, the way my throat closed up. I told him that wasn't funny. He laughed. "Can't you take a joke, princess?" We worked remote, sometimes 350 kilometers from civilization. After shift, we'd end up in some small-town bar, because that's the only place with food. Gary would slam rye in waters until his eyes went glassy, then get all buddy-buddy like we were pals. Next morning, hung over a corpse in the passenger seat while I drove his truck, because he was the boss. He got paid $1.10 a kilometer for that truck. I got minimum wage for the exact same drive. He'd snore so loud the windows rattled, drool pooling on his shirt, while I white-knuckled the wheel at 5 a.m. through ice and moose territory. 3 months of this. 3 months of being called stupid, useless, a waste of skin. 3 months of swallowing it because rent was due and I had nowhere else to go. I'm quiet when I'm hurt. Always have been. But quiet doesn't mean weak forever. It just means the fuse is longer, and when it burns out, the explosion is bigger. One night, in some greasy bar, I finally said something. "Gary, I drive your truck every day while you sleep it off. You make hundreds in mileage. Maybe kick me $20 for gas and wear and tear." He slammed his glass down so hard it cracked. Face turned purple. Started screaming that I was an ungrateful little shit, that he could have me fired tomorrow, that I was lucky he even let me breathe the same air. I felt the tears coming. Angry, hot, teenage tears I hadn't cried since I was 12. That was it. I was done. I decided right then. I'm quitting, but not before I leave a mark he'll never forget. Next morning he was, as usual, passed out drunk in the passenger seat, mouth open, smelling like a distillery fire. We're cruising down a lonely highway, maybe 30 kilometers from sight, when I spotted a big Peterbilt idling on a pullout, driver outside having a smoke. My heart starts hammering. An idea slams into my brain fully formed, like the universe handed me a gift-wrapped grenade. I pull over smooth, hop out, jog up to the trucker. "Hey, man, can you do me a huge favor? When I flash my lights, lay on your air horn as hard and long as you can. My buddy in the truck loves pranks." Trucker grins ear to ear. "You got it, kid." I slide the truck forward until we're literally bumper to bumper with this monster semi. Gary's still snoring, oblivious. I take a deep breath, grip the wheel, and flash the lights. The air horn detonates. It's not a honk. It's the actual trumpet of the apocalypse. At the exact same second, I slam my own horn and scream at the top of my lungs. Gary! Semi! We're gonna die. The noise is unholy. Metal screaming, air brakes hissing, horns overlapping like the end of the world. Gary launches upward so hard his head dents the roof of the cab. Boom. His eyes snap open, pure animal panic. And then the smell hits. Instant, unmistakable, overwhelming. Gary has fully, completely shit his pants. The man is 55 years old, and he has soiled himself like a toddler because he thought he was about to die. He's flailing, trying to figure out what's happening, screaming half words. What the fool, my heart, you little... I throw the truck in reverse, tires squealing, waving cheerfully at the trucker as we peel away. 10 seconds later, Gary finally finds, I got high blood pressure. You could have killed me. I'm laughing so hard I can barely steer. Through wheezing hyena cackles, I manage. Whoa, Gary, can't you take a joke? The next 20 minutes to sight are pure art. Gary's purple, then white, then purple again, veins bulging, trying to threaten me and not stroke out at the same time. Every time he opens his mouth, I laugh harder. Is that your normal color, big guy? You look like a tomato had a baby with a blood pressure cuff. He's clutching his chest, begging me to pull over, saying he can feel his heart exploding. I just keep giggling. When we roll up the location, he literally falls out of the truck, waddles bow-legged toward the office trailer screaming. He's calling the owner and the cops for attempted murder. I light a smoke and wait. For hours later, the general manager shows up. Gary apparently told him I tried to assassinate him with a semi. On the 3-hour drive back to the city, I lay out the entire 3 months of hell. The insults, the dead dad jokes, the drunken nights, the mileage scam, the boss is dying laughing by the end. He moves me to a new crew the next day. Gary never spoke to me again. And every roughneck in the company heard the story within a week. I went from the quiet kid to the legend who made Gary sh*T himself. Looking back, yeah, I could have given the guy a heart attack. But at 18, I genuinely didn't know what a stroke was. And honestly, after 3 months of daily cruelty, I didn't care. Sometimes the only way to make a bully stop is to give them 30 seconds of the fear they gave you every single day. Justice isn't always pretty, but damn, it can feel perfect. So tell me in the comments, what's the most savage, satisfying revenge you've ever pulled or witnessed? If this story gave you life, smash that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, because I post a new revenge story every single week. And until next time, stay safe out there, unless you're Gary. Then watch your back, and maybe wear brown pants. See you in the next one.